Hello, hi. Ignoring the fact that my brain is literally still stuck in 2020 when we are physically in 2022, welcome to what I ate in the last week of December 2021. So, on 27th December, I woke up with the urge to make a good slab of focaccia. So, for that, I made a yeast water mixture that I let proof for 10 minutes. Mix that with a 1:1 all purpose flour and whole wheat flour and knead it till I basically had a rough ball. Covered that with a towel and then instantly started to make a garlic confit. For that, I put all the unpeeled garlic I had at home in a glass bowl and just enough olive oil to cover the garlic. I just popped this in a preheated oven for about 1 hour 45 minutes-ish at 80 degrees Celsius. After the dough has rested for about an hour, I took it out and started kneading till I got a somewhat smooth ball, and trust me, this part is so fun. I covered and let this ball rest again for half an hour, and while all of this was happening, I had my brunch. For brunch, I had some paneer mixed vegetable with a side of quinoa and a roti, and overall it was yummy. Okay, back to this cute dough. It doubled in size, as you can see. I just transferred it on a parchment paper and flattened with my fingers like so. I promise this is the last time we're resting it, okay? Just be patient, just 15 minutes. And while that rests, I took out my garlic confit, which was just stunning, beautifully golden, soft, aromatic, perfect. Final step, topped with red onions, olives, and a generous amount of garlic oil from the garlic confit, and some of that confit too for seasoning, keeping it simple, salt, pepper, and some dried herbs. And finally, bake this for about 20 minutes in the oven at 180 degrees Celsius till the focaccia had a crust and was cooked on the inside. That just looks incredible to me. The best part about this bread to me is that it's part whole wheat, because even though I love my all-purpose flour, it does upset my tummy sometimes, can't lie about that. I had some tiramisu which I made in my desserts for all video. Highly recommend checking that out because this stuff was so good. Okay, dinner time. So since I made the focaccia, we decided that I'll make pasta for dinner, so that'll be like a nice dinner for everyone. And this is the pasta that honestly we all love. I sauteed some garlic in olive oil along with chopped mushrooms, broccoli and corn. In a separate pan, I added about half a cup of ready-made pasta sauce, a 4th cup of mayonnaise and some milk. By the way, I am making a list where I'll link a bunch of the food items I use, so that'll be easier for you to access them. So if there's anything specific you want a recommendation for that I use, just tell me in the comments and I'll link it. Back to the sauce, I added some ketchup to give a tiny bit of sweetness, a lot of Italian seasoning and chili flakes, garlic powder, onion powder, salt to season, and finally cheese. Now this is a very indulgent pasta, alright, and that cheese pull, oh my god. Okay, so I mixed the sauce with the veggies and the unintentionally overboiled pasta, and that's it. Served with cream cheese spread toast, toasted focaccia, and this was dinner. For as long as the tiramisu lasted, this was my most favorite way to enjoy it. Tiramisu as the base, strawberries, red grapes, bananas, honestly any fruit on top, just a bit of that homemade chocolate ice cream. Absolutely delicious. I don't know if it's just a me thing or if other people actually do it too, but as someone who rarely goes out, whenever I know I'm going out for, let's say, a lunch, I cannot bring myself to eat breakfast. And the reason for this is I want to eat as much as I can when I'm out. I want to order a lot of food and just pig out. So on 28th, I was going to meet up with a friend. So I didn't have like an official breakfast, but I carried some strawberries on my way there to snack on. We went to this place called Boba Panda. It was a very cute little restaurant with amazing amazing boba. It was absolutely crazy how squishy the boba pearls were. The best I've ever tried. We also ordered some mozzarella cheese corn dogs and some spicy tteokbokki, but you know what happened? My friend is sort of a picky eater, so she just ate half of a corn dog, not even like half of the entire, just half of one corn dog and 2 bites of the rice cakes, and I alone finished all of it along with my boba, and I felt like Boki while doing so. But yeah, not eating breakfast definitely worked in my favor. I came back home, just reheated some leftover pasta and had it with the last bit of focaccia, and then for dessert, same thing as the day before, my tiramisu sundae. Honestly, really just enjoying the last days of this year. There was some puja on 29th morning, so there was a lot of food to be eaten, and these are the things that I chose to eat. Dahi, obviously, dhokla, green coriander chutney. I see cookies here, let's not talk about that. Grated salad, a jalebi, kachori, and finally a khichya. Damn, that was a lot of food, but did I enjoy it all? Yes, absolutely. Maggi time, a little fancier than the 2-minute version, but totally worth it, I would say. I boiled the Maggi and then set that aside. I chopped a bunch of mushrooms. Took about a tablespoon of the garlic confit and pressed down with a fork and just sauteed these in some garlic oil. I also added soaked soybeans for some protein and the masala packet. I really slacked in the protein department this week, but you know what, it's fine. Every day is different. Finally added the Maggi and some water to help combine and some cheese on top, and done. A very easy Maggi recipe that literally does not taste like it was so easy to make. I topped it with some sesame seeds and it was awesome. Oh, a complete mess this was. You've already seen this if you've seen the dessert video. Plugging that again. I don't care who takes offense to this, but this movie was utter nonsense, a complete waste of time. What the hell? I think if they kept down the drama and actually added some real life practical psychology stuff to it, it could have been so much better. Definitely a better sando than last night. A bunch of fruits on the side and also a cup of black coffee. We really need something to balance all of that sweet breakfast. A quick little snack plate. So taking a little yogurt and adding some chaat masala to it. This is the dip right here. With this, I served fried banana chips, soya sticks, and a carrot, and this entire thing took like 2 minutes to come together and it was so good. Highly recommend you try it. You know what this is, and the fact that these haven't been on my channel in quite some time, I think it just makes them quite special, you know. On a wet rice paper, I added cucumber, carrots, rice vermicelli, paneer, radish, and rolled her up. My favorite peanut sauce right here, a tablespoon of peanut butter. See, this is what it looks like when you take it from the bottom of the jar. A tablespoon of sesame paste and some hot water. A tablespoon of gochujang, a tablespoon of soy sauce, a tablespoon of vinegar, salt to taste, and that's it. That's the sauce, and those are my beautiful rolls. Whenever I eat these rolls, it does get messy, and most of the times there is some sauce left also. So this is what I do. I always boil some extra vermicelli and mix it with the sauce and veggies and just eat it, and I think it's genius. ki last day, 31st December. For breakfast, I had grapes and strawberries. This homemade vanilla ice cream that I made, I had some of it and it was incredible. It's only 2 ingredients, by the way. Same snack plate as the day before, and then I went out for New Year Eve, and I don't have any footage of that, but I had some pasta and had a good night. I hope all of you also did. It's a new year and I hope we all get to stay together, and yeah, thanks for being on this channel with me, and now I will go and I'll see you soon. Bye.
She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. She's a Mona Lisa.